mine is more to my message. You know, the art is just the gift that God gave me to give my message out. You know what I'm saying?
I do believe in taking a point or a point of reference with knowledge and sort of extending that to its extreme.
Right.
That's one thing that I try to do constantly.
Shit, my music comes from my heart, comes from me, from my perspective, from what I went through, what I see, from my trials, my tribulations, everything comes from my heart.
Crushing the other states, in my opinion. I mean, as far as like how many people here are good, there's so many different styles in Lexington. Like, I think that's what sets Lexington apart from a lot of the other cities.
Man, forget it, we're gonna do it big. Cause everybody's like, y'all can't rap, ain't nobody gonna be rappers. Whatever you do, do it big, you feel me? So that's where NHB came from, no holding back. Just do whatever you do, do it big, you feel me?
Everybody, anybody that's tight to me, you know, if you really work here, perfecting your craft and you go hard, that's all I really care about. So everything's more relationships, who you know, building and bonding with people.
Let's ride on this lyrical expedition, and we the best at spitting. We ripping legs with a vengeance. Let's ride in a Lexus or coupe. When we stepping in the booth, we bring the answers to the truth. We are Marty McFly, Dr. Emmett Brown. We are so fly, it's hard to bring us down. Let's ride in that 85 DeLorean through this lyrics emporium. We back with the future. Watch as the savior rise for the coffin. Survive miscarriages and babies that die from abortion. Got locked up, petition habeas corpus. Fuck off for hitting their killers because their hatred's enormous. Whether you sniper spray Glock, spin night, shaving rocks, or light at your day job, eat Senate bitches. Beware of the devil, I'm baking hot and futuristic on the mic. I'm J Fox, hopping in the 85 DeLorean. Say plenty plutonium, we can make it to the like ancient explorers, 38s instead of swords. Utopian expedition in the Cooper expedition. The true bread and not sentences, so go crazy the audience. Start a calm nights like an eclipse on Earth Day. We start ball fight tonight, the perfect prison break. We turn off lights.
What's up? I'm DB. I'm here with the Illest. I'm here with my man Sheisty and my man Devine Carama. What's up, fellas?
What's going on? It's your boy Devine Carama, aka the Double Entendre.
Sheisty Khrist, aka Nobody.
Alright, check it out. Got my man right here, Jeremiah Mwanga.
What's good with you?
This is Digital 859. Y'all can see the studio right here. We working with Pro Tools. Got my man D doing the engineering thing. And we actually got another vocalist in the booth, so if y'all want to come this way, check out what we working with. And here, I guess you could do the live band thing. We got my man Marcus in the booth doing his vocalist thing.
It's going. We put in work.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go back out here and get to this interview.
What's up? We're here in Lextown, Lexington, Kentucky. One more time, home of Brandon Knight. I'm here with my man Sheisty and my man Devine Carama. What's up, fellas?
Peace, peace. On.
What's going on with you?
Chilling.
You guys both got some pretty interesting names. Can you guys tell me the story of kind of where you got them, who gave them to you, how they came about?
Go ahead, Sheisty.
Go ahead, D.
No, I'm good.
Go on, DC.
Devine was a nickname that I got in high school, cause at the time I ain't smoked, drink, was a virgin at the time. So I kind of got that nickname from the crew that I hung with. And then Carama came later. When I started getting into the hip hop and taking it for real, I'm like, I'm gonna just use Devine, my nickname is my name, and then Carama is like, it means teacher in Swahili. So that's kind of how I got my name. Like, I want to teach like in a pure way, not necessarily as far as the subject matter, but just how I approach the game. You know what I mean? Right. Just keeping it real pure. So.
And also that's his stripper name as well. You know what I mean? The Devine Carama. He didn't caramel. That's where it comes from. He took the L off. He took the L off. Devine caramel.
His old job.
Yeah, he was stripping as well. So
all my street credibility.
That was right
going that way.
So he, in order to get it right back when he needed it to. Yeah, exactly. I wish mine was that interesting. It's not. It's divinely inspired name that came and just kind of made sense. It's been with me since.
Sheisty dude, man.
How long?
Pretty much.
How many years on each name?
Me, since the mid-90s, I think, with Sheisty Khrist. Before that, known as Lefty. If you know me, you call me Lefty for the most part. But
cool.
If you don't, you probably call me Sheisty. If you know me, you call me Sheisty, I suspect.
For real, what's popping right now? What y'all working on at the moment? What's coming out soon?
We're working on Oh My God project. We got some really interesting features on that, but we've been recording this for a few months now. Oh My God,
6-8 months.
Yeah.
We released a mixtape about 4 or 5 months ago, only built for Oh My God, which actually we went over some instrumentals from the classic Raekwon album. The only built for Cuban Links. So we dropped that, got about 2,000-3,000 downloads, just start generating a buzz, and we're working on this album, man, this double disc.
I'm artistic and magnifique, rosy granite. With a French child, my bars pretty welcome to vernicize. I'm autistic, ADD, hopeless, romantic. And so my bars intend to hate me, hold you know I panic. I'm harm, horrific, and HD, close expanding the art exhibitor. 6 Rugers blowing your chest apart. Irrelevant like putting your hand inside a les bra. A deep sea diving for a wife in a reservoir. Dog, what you want water to seek a well? You want something to eat? Then you gotta seek the mess hall.
Oh My God is basically when people hear the music, we want them to say, oh my God. So that's kind of where the title came from.
We're talking about people hearing your music. Where's the best place to go for people to find your all's music? We're an internet-based show, so where's the best place online for people to scope out your new stuff?
If they actually want a copy of the Only Built for Oh My God, they can get that from DevineKarama.com.
Right.
He's got copies of that.
So and that was kind of an internet release, so that's really the only place you can get it.
Right
got
now.
a few links, right now. And then I got some music on iTunes. So that's pretty much it, man. But DevineKarama.com is where you can pretty much find anything that we're gonna release or we're gonna do virally. And then of course Sammy's music. We'll have some hard copies there.
What's your favorite track out of everything you're working on right now for each girl? What's each of your favorites?
The one we're working on at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
For me.
Right.
I would say this track called Blasphemy. I think that as far as for me and my fan base, I think it's gonna be like a shot to them. Right. Which is something that I feel I've improved a little bit with in this process, going outside of my box. So I think that's my favorite track right now. Young Lord produced that, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Young Lord.
Young Lord. He's a beast. Young Lord is a beast. Get at him for all of your industry needs.
Right.
Devine, I've heard your music's been compared to Jay-Z. Man, as a person, I kind of hate comparisons and stuff like that. But how do you describe your own style? And what do you feel about people saying things like that?
I wouldn't say Jay-Z. I think people say that because of my voice, maybe, but nah. My content's nothing like Jay-Z. All due respect. It's totally different. Even my style of music is different. But I think when you're in a small market like Lexington, I think when you have a talent that is a little special, I think that people tend to over-exaggerate comparisons. I know growing up, George Baker was the next he was Jordan. But I just think people weren't used to seeing somebody that talented in that lane. I would just say, man, that my style is, content-wise, it's just a man trying to get better. But I think that stylistically, I concentrate on the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Just listening to you in the booth a minute ago, I can tell that, and it gets me excited to hear people from Lexington that have so much lyrical talent. Who are your influences in music? Who led you down that path of being strong to lyrics?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Nas. I'm a big Nas fan. KRS-One coming up, Mobb Deep, anything from the East Coast. From the South, I like Goody Mob, Outkast. West Coast, I like Cube a lot. But right now, I would say Nas definitely. Joe Budden.
That was a beast.
Yeah, I like Drake.
How about you, Sheisty? Who influenced your stuff?
Everybody.
Everybody.
But anyone who knows me knows I listen to all music. Right. You know, whether it's bluegrass or rock and roll or hip hop.
Anything from the 1950s when he was born.
Right. Actually, the 1940s. 1940s.
So,
Actually, absolutely. You know, there's been talk of the 60-year-old rapper, the 70-year-old rapper. I'm the first 70-year-old rapper.
So you try to take everything that you experience and kind of make it, your own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been influenced by every genre of music.
So Sheisty, your music has been deep-rooted in religion and black empowerment. Tell me a little bit about what message you're pushing with your music.
Well, I wouldn't say I have a message. Maybe my guy might disagree, but I do believe in taking a point or a point of reference with knowledge and sort of extending that to its extreme.
Right.
That's one thing that I try to do constantly. The message of empowerment ultimately is a people empowerment thing. It's not just for black people, it's for all people. But certainly one must begin where one
individual
where one is. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Very calm like a very styles and Perry with a palm strike across your lips, cherry bomb like the way I write very smooth and I can bury you dudes, but I choose to abuse and bruise. In other words, I can't lose. I'm in my pants and shoes, but I pant like I dance with wolves. I'm an ant that advance and hooves, a handsome dude that moves the same way that Manson moves. Y'all move like the Hanson dudes. I move like a brood of wild animals that ransom dudes.
As far as message goes, how important is it as an artist for your message to stay in your music? What if somebody came to you and was like, I'll give you this X amount of money for a contract, but we're going to be able to pretty much put out your music how we want to put it out? Is it more important to you to stay unsigned and make your music pure, or is it more important to be signed and make money?
Well, I think there are different levels of the game. As far as, for instance, someone ghostwriting. If you want me to ghostwrite trash for you, I can ghostwrite trash for you. If that is your intent. But as far as I go, I'm an artist in the truest sense of the word. For me, music is art. You know, as much as a Takashi Miike, who's a director, or Murakami, or Picasso. You know, I see myself sort of extending that range of thought in music.
You go a little bit deeper than a lot of stuff that's mainstream and on the surface.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for me, it's about artistic integrity. I could not personally sign a contract that says this is what you have to do.
Right.
This is what we need from you. That would be a non-starter for me personally. And Devine Carama, who's a sellout, might take.
I got a little different take. On it.
What's your take on it?
I mean, my thing, and we butt heads over this. I'm more of a message guy, you know what I mean? And he's not. He's more, his allegiance is to the art. Mine is more to my message. You know, the art is just the gift that God gave me to give my message out, you know what I'm saying? Right. So for me, I would like to be signed to a major label because it gives me a bigger platform to get my message out, which is my ultimate goal. So I wouldn't sell out, but what I try to do is find ways to make my music more accessible to a mainstream audience but still keep my message.
Right.
So I guess maybe some hip-hop purists may say I may sell out artistically, but they would never say that I sell out message-wise. Right. If you understand what I'm saying.
What is your message?
I'm a Christian, you know what I mean? So my ultimate goal is to bring people closer to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I feel like it's unique. I'm kind of like that mediator. You know, I feel like I can go places that a pastor can't go.
Sure.
I feel like I've had experiences that make me more credible in certain environments that, you know, a youth minister won't be.
Somebody that's never been through the things that they've been through, it's hard for them to get there and them to listen.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's like they said, Jesus walked with the strippers and all of that. So, I mean, for me, that's my ultimate goal, you know what I mean? That and to push the envelope of hip-hop, you know what I mean? So... wasn't no strippers back in the But that shit, I got that shit in my head, man. They gonna be like, with the strippers? What book was that?
Who's the greatest rapper for each of y'all, dead or alive?
I don't think the greatest rapper alive has been born yet. I know that sounds a little weird, but there are a lot of great rappers. You know, you have to give everybody their individual credit. That's a whole big debate, so we'll get into that separately. That's a whole.
I can answer that though.
Thing.
Devine Carama. I mean, for me, the greatest rapper of all time, Jay-Z. The greatest lyricist of all time is Nas. So,
wow.
Yeah, keep it simple.
This is just that real hip-hop shit, you know what I mean?
On the show, it's like we start out with a little bit of talent, and it seems like talent just keeps opening up and opening up and opening up. We keep finding more and more and more talented people here in Lexington. Now, as far as your all's opinion goes, where do we stack up? Where do we stand up versus the nation? Where do we stand up versus other cities, other markets?
Lyrically, as good as any market. I think we stand up with the best of the best. Music-wise, I think that's where we sort of lack. We haven't really found our lane musically yet. We don't really have a sound yet. And in order for a state to become great, it has to have a sound. So when we develop a sound, I think Kentucky will shock a lot of people. Right? So we stack up great lyrically.
I think artistically, we're in the Midwest. You know, we're on the Mason-Dixon, so we're influenced by the West, the North, the South, you know what I'm saying? So lyrically, I think we like LeBron James. We got a lot of potential, but we ain't won nothing yet, because I think lyrically, we influenced by a lot too. I think when you got artists, pure artists, you know, like a Nemo or Young Lord or Sheisty, that's comfortable in who they are, where they come from, nobody's messing with us. And I think once other artists in Lexington realize who they are and find themselves, it's a wrap. Nobody's messing with us.
It's important.
If you guys had one statement to make to the hip-hop industry as it sits today, one statement for everybody to hear, what would it be?
Your bars are probably not as good as Devine Carama's. That's what I would say. I'm talking to you specifically. Your bars are not as good as his.
I agree. Balance. The game needs balance again. When the game was at its height in the 90s, you had your D-boy, you had your backpack, you had your bull crap, you know, you had the conscious hip-hop, you had it all, and everybody had a choice. But I feel like now we forced to decide just from one or two elements of hip-hop, and that's not hip-hop, it's universal. So I think we need that balance back. Force these labels, and y'all people, y'all support what y'all like, put the pressure on these labels to add some more balance to the game. That's it.
These people need a sample of your music, guys. Can you give them a little something?
Here it is. I don't do this. Maybe the last time you guys ever see me do this. Architects renovate buildings. Narcolepsy got my mouth open, 8 fillings. I got a tree in my hand like an ape chillin'. Banana clips, take 8 and fill them like when apes pill them.
Yo, it's no greater sin. Whether you cancel men for real or just kill with the paper and pen. The clarity you deny, the sincerity of the lie within helps you win with a parody of my life. You a satire of my past priors, an anomaly to the economy. Truth know me, just ask liars. I'm Fonzie with a darker skin pigment. Bitch nigga, I'm cool. Y'all cubic zirconia the sapphire. Steve Harvey, you whack pride, you clone. I take clapping the iron line more times and times. Savage and mom pompous, mine is the bad karma. Add 9 in divine drama, multiply the Dalai Lama, then you got the raps of Devine Carama. Flow dope, you can bag it, foes average, go to this platinum. Bury my flow, no open casket. My mama like Yoshabel, 4 I was saved, the ghost as well. I was chose, Moses floating in the basket. I'm ill, here to cough, you ain't real, you ain't a boss. Manslaughter bars, how you kill when you soft. Flow sharper than parts by dope barbers, y'all flow was water.
Blood of a slave still runs through our veins. Yo. Let's go. 5 gold chains, rims in the truck, 9mm in the bag of dro. Flows insane, beast and bump. Always